Honeyquist off of the James F. Lewis Stakes. Good break there for Recruiter, going right to the front from Honeyquist and Coffee with Chris, and Heldish on the inside, up close there in fourth. Another two to Tiz No Clown, and Riccio trailing the field. The pressure on now for the front running Recruiter is getting through his Coffee with Chris down to the inside. Coffee with Chris seizes an inside opening. Recruiter well relaxed there, second spot. Heldish up close in third, just 2 lengths from the front, and Honeyquist looms up there in fourth, heading into the far turn. It's another 2 lengths back at Tiz No Clown, and Riccio's got to pick it up. Round that far turn, Recruiter comes back now at Coffee with Chris, and Honeyquist on the outside, moving forward a bit from third. Heldish is in fourth now with 2.5 furlongs left. Tiz No Clown back of the pack is Riccio. Top of the stretch, it is Recruiter going on with it. Honeyquist in full pursuit as they turn for home. So Recruiter's got the lead about almost 2 lengths now from Honeyquist, driven in the second spot. Heldish is in third, and Coffee with Chris is in fourth. Coming to that last furlong, and it's Recruiter in front. 2.5 clear from Honeyquist in second, with Heldish just holding third from Coffee with Chris. They're all marching home behind Recruiter. Recruiter to win. Recruiter in the James F. Lewis Stakes. Over second, Honeyquist, then Heldish, Coffee with Chris. They're off to the Maryland Juvenile. Johnny Z from Albany going to flash out to the front. From California goes till now settle. The outside feeling woozy. Coffee with Chris is going to mix it up with some early speed too. Tidewater racing along fifth while saving ground, and Tiz No Clown and Post Time. Post Time the favorite last, 8 or 9 to make up. They race down the back stretch now, and it's Johnny Z from Albany neck in front from Coffee with Chris. Another 2. Feeling woozy third, and Tidewater on the inside next in fourth. There followed by California Ghost is next, and Tiz No Clown will be 3 wide for the far turn run, and Post Time still trailing. Post Time yet to pick it up. Into the far turn, Johnny Z from Albany sneaking away from Coffee with Chris, a length and 3/4 next. Now Post Time. Here comes Post Time. Post Time was last and now moving fast on the outside all the way up to third. Post Time with a surging move midway on the turn. Post Time keeps on coming and has to catch Johnny Z from Albany at the top of the lane, turning for home. Johnny Z from Albany with a 3-length lead. Post Time got his sights set on Johnny Z from Albany. Post Time, Johnny Z from Albany. They're going to dispute it in the final 3/16 of a mile. Post Time, very confident ride on the outside, grabbing a neck in front now from Johnny Z from Albany. And then on the inside is Coffee with Chris. Here's a stunning looking winner, a Maryland bred star in the making. Post Time. It is Post Time. Post Time, Johnny Z from Albany, and then it is Coffee with Chris and Tiz No Clown and Feeling Woozy in 1:23.98. And they're off into F6. Coffee with Chris sent for early speed on the outside. Prince of Jericho. Here's Full Moon Madness in between horses now chasing on and sent for speed too. Full Moon Madness up on the inside of Coffee with Chris. Now they're going to contest the lead. Prince of Jericho will spy them from third, and Midnight Trouble just to the inside there. Fourth and 2.5 for 3 from a speed up ahead. And back to Riccio, and it's another 7 back and a lot of sense trailing the field. Down the back stretch in the Hef Stakes, and Full Moon Madness aggressive on the inside to grab an narrow lead from Coffee with Chris, and it's 2 more. Prince of Jericho just in third from Midnight Trouble is on the inside in fourth. Riccio is fifth on the outside, and the clear has 5 to make up into the far turn, and a lot of sense still in the back of the pack. Round that turn they roll, and it's Full Moon Madness. Coffee with Chris keeps on pressing on the outside. Prince of Jericho every chance from there. Now Prince of Jericho on the outside, ridden along for more, begins to gain on the dueling pair. Riccio is fourth on the outside, and Midnight Trouble at trailing the field has a lot of sense. They race to the top of the stretch with a 1/4 of a mile left to go, and it is Coffee with with Chris is resilient, but drifting a little bit. Full movement is down to the inside. Prince of Jericho to the center of the track, asks for more. Prince of Jericho's got a quicken. Coffee with Chris, holding with 1 furlong left to go and holding firm. Coffee with Chris at 16-1, turning back the favorite. Prince of Jericho with the 16th left to go. Coffee with Chris perks up to win in the half stakes under Jamie Rodriguez. Coffee with Chris to win over Prince of Jericho. Riccio checks in third. Full Moon Madness fourth, and a lot of sense. Spectacular bid. My Blue Eyes very fast out of the gate. Tis No Clown and Coffee with Chris are coming forward too. B West is in fourth. Out of the inside, Heldish and Prince of Jericho. Heldish and Prince of Jericho now moving fourth and fifth within 2 of the lead. On the mark is back there is sixth position. B West has dropped back a bit to second last position, and trailing the field is We Don't Need Roads. About 13 lengths will cover them heading on the far turn. Good pace going. Tis No Clown a half length in front. Heldish is tugged along between horses. Coffee with Chris there 3 deep on the outside. Prince of Jericho is fourth. My Blue Eyes is in fifth. On the mark is next in sixth. B West has 8 or 9 lengths to make up. And trailing the field is We Don't Need Roads. Opening quarter went 23.35 into the far turn with 3 furlongs left to go. It is Tis No Clown and Coffee with Chris. Here comes Prince of Jericho firing up on the outside, and Heldish is right there through a half mile and 46.85. And so Prince of Jericho and Coffee with Chris going to go on together. Tis No Clown, Heldish back in fourth position, and then back to On the Mark is running a big race too. They're at the top of the stretch now. Prince of Jericho driving on the outside of the lead. Leads at about a length from Coffee with Chris in second. Tis No Clown and On the Mark trying to pick up a share. For the final furlong, it's Prince of Jericho widening now 2 lengths in front. Coffee with Chris is determined, but second best to Prince of Jericho. And Carol Cedeno coming home to win the spectacular bid. Prince of Jericho by 3 at the finish. Coffee with Chris was second, got close for third there. On the Mark in B West, and then Tis No Clown. Second finish line, 1 mile in the Miracle Wood, and they're up in the Miracle Wood. Coffee with Chris and B West got a good start. We Don't Need Roads on the outside. Prince of Jericho the big favorite, and Feeling Woozy has early speed too. Feeling Woozy up on the inside of Coffee with Chris to contest early. B West is settled in third, then Prince of Jericho is next, and 7's 11. We Don't Need Roads, and Riccio down to the inside improves the spot from the back, only about 5 from the front. Feeling Woozy setting the tempo, leads at about a length and a half now, 2 lengths in front from Coffee with Chris in second. 7's 11 just third. As Riccio's down to the inside in fourth. Prince of Jericho in among horses there, racing fifth and 5 off the lead, and followed by B West, who's second to last and 3 to 4 wide past the 4.5 furlong mark. The second wire run now, and trailing the field, We Don't Need Roads. Feeling Woozy still there into the far turn run. Feeling Woozy from Coffee with Chris, 2 lengths back, and Riccio's ridden along for a little more from third. The outside B West is starting a rally in between horses 7's 11. Then Prince of Jericho just in behind that group. Going to take to the outside is Prince of Jericho. Going to take the wide ride home as they turn in. Top of the stretch with a 1/4 mile left to go. Feeling Woozy is the leader. Leaves it 2.5 at 3 lengths. Now Coffee with Chris. Prince of Jericho way out the center of the track trying to rally now. Coffee with Chris has come to the front for a 1.5 left to go. Prince of Jericho reaching under a drive on the outside. Here the outside is Prince of Jericho. Coffee with Chris is digging down. Coffee with Chris just in front. Coffee with Chris running into the second wire, holding off Prince of Jericho. Feeling Woozy is third. Coffee with Chris. Coffee with Chris in the Miracle Wood. Prince of Jericho is second, and Feeling Woozy finished third. They're off in the private term stakes. Register center to the front. Good start for How Great Is Nate. Coffee with Chris was just a beat slow, is moving up on the far outside, moving along into third position as they move round that first turn run here at Laurel Park and in between horses. A Strike is now taken back in fourth. Into the outside is Riccio racing in fifth position. Feeling Woozy's a handful down there, had to steady just a little bit, and circling Drain second to last, and Marty's Magic trailing the field. Only 6-7 lengths will cover the field. Not much pace on. Register slows it down. Register Register from Coffee with Chris, the lead 3/4 of a length. And How Great Is Nate kept close right there in third position, looking for an opening in between horses to try to move on through as they race down the backstretch run. And here's Hayes Strike a close fourth. The inside feeling Woozy's a bit more settled down. Riccio racing on the outside, circling the drain, is up against the slow pace as they head on for the far turn run, but beginning to move forward just a bit, and trailing the field is Marty's Magic as Register leads the way. Register, Coffee with Chris, and How Great Is Nate in between horses. Three of them battle on right across the track into the far turn run. And Hayes Strike is fourth and has run now. Here comes Hayes Strike after a run with 3 furlongs left to go. Circling the drain, feeling woozy. Riccio driven along, and trailing the field is Marty's Magic. They're at the top of the stretch. Coffee with Chris. Coffee with Chris and Hayes Strike on the outside of the attack. Register is in third, circling the drain. Begins to move up in between horses. And How Great Is Nate tiring just a bit. 3/16 left to go. And on the outside, Hayes Strike strikes the front. Coffee with Chris willing to give that one a battle. Just a neck behind with 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's Hayes Strike, Coffee with Chris. Hayes Strike kicking Coffee with Chris. Hayes Strike and the private term stakes to win. The win by 2 from Coffee with Chris. Circling the drain was third. How Great Is Nate then feeling woozy. Once around the Laurel main track, mile and 1/8. And they're off at the Federico Tessio Stakes. 90% Matty, Coffee with Chris on the inside, and Time to Cruise settles down. Take it back just a bit as they push onto the turn run. On the extreme outside, their eldest son in the red cap. Up close to is Fletcher, and Summer Cause is right there, 2-3 deep, only a couple of lengths on the front. They're followed by Prince of Jericho encircling the drain, back of the pack, and Perform trailing the field. About 10 to 11 lengths will cover them. Coffee with Chris at 90% Matty. The 2 front runners now. It's Coffee with Chris ahead in front, now a neck in front to 90%. Matty. Fletcher is in third. Summer Cause is in fourth. Eldest Son travels in fifth. Time to Cruise sixth. Here's Prince of Jericho, well settled in, 7 or 8 lengths on the front. They're followed by Circling the Drain and Perform trailing the field. The opening quarter mile went at 24.47 as they head down the backstretch now. And Coffee with Chris to catch. And second to the outside, 90% Matty still after a 48.48 half mile. Here's Fletcher traveling in third position, saving ground. Summer Cause is in fourth spot, heading into the far turn run with a half mile left to go. Time to Cruise is coming under a bit of pressure as they round the turn. Prince of Jericho still 6 or 7 from the lead. Eldest Son is next, and Circling the Drain is now in between horses, still 10 from that lead. They reach the midway point on the turn. 90% Matty and Coffee with Chris in a head-to-head battle, and they're 4 lengths clear now. 4 lengths on top from the battling Fletchers. Drop back in third. Eldest Son racing in fourth. Prince of Jericho trying to get something going, driven to the inside now, shifting just a bit off the rail. Eldest Son racing on the far outside and Circling the Drain way out in the center of the track with a lot to do. 90% Matty, a furlong left to go, has survived that duel with Coffee with Chris. On the outside, Eldest Son, Prince of Jericho. Perform has come from the back of the pack with a rail rally, a rousing rail rally, now shifting off the inside. Here comes Perform, and time! Oh, Perform, I believe, got it. Or 90% Matty, it's so close, and Summer Cause